Hello and welcome back to a quick update on the BMW R100CS build. So, since I last caught up with you, quite a lot's been happening on the bike. What I was hoping to show you at this stage is a beautiful montage of me completely stripping the bike down, getting it back to its component parts, and sitting back and marking the end of that chapter. But as you can see, sat behind me is a motorbike that is 99.9% of the way to being dismantled, but isn't, because literally the last bolt, and I kid you not, the last bolt, which is the legendary front engine mounting bolt, is stuck. And when I say stuck, I mean this thing is stuck beyond all comprehension. It is a big bolt. It's about 300 millimeters long, a little bit longer than that. It's a long bolt, and it goes all the way through the frame. It goes through the aluminium engine case, and it pokes out the frame the other way. And then it has two nuts that secure it in place. Nuts came off just fine, but I think that combination of a steel bolt inside an aluminium casting over 41 years, I think it's become one thing. I think it's kind of refusing to separate from the aluminium. There's been a lot of corrosion that's happened in there potentially. And I can't get it out. I've hit it, I've heated it, I've had at it with washers and a bolt to the point where I've completely mullered the threads on both sides. So we're going to need to get serious with this thing. I've got a guy coming over with a welding machine, and we're going to try and get a nut welded on the end of it, and heat it up with an oxy torch and have at it with a slide hammer. That's plan A. Or should I say plan B? Plan A was it would just come out, but that didn't work. Failing that, I'll probably have to cut it off. I'll probably have to try and get a hacksaw or a little disc saw in between the bolt and the frame, and at least get the engine out, and then I can take it to a shop and either get it pressed out on a hydraulic press or drilled out. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. So that is a frustrating end, well, near end to this chapter, which means that I can't sit back and say the bike is completely dismantled just yet. Anyway, what I can show you is 99.9% of that work. I've got a film here taking you through every nut and bolt coming off the bike that I filmed. I filmed most of it, and we're in a pretty good place, apart from this last little thing. The plan in general has also evolved and changed, because some of you who saw my last video might be saying, well, why are you taking the bike apart? You said you weren't going to do that. The problem is, I guess I'm a little bit OCD. And getting into this bike and going through the motions of taking it apart has been like peeling back the layers of an onion, a very old and corroded onion. And every turn, you know, there's just been something that I've seen that I can't unsee, and I'm like, I could put that right, that could be better, to the point where I'm down to the frame and it's like, do you know what, even the frame's in terrible condition. It's rusty, the paint's all coming off it, the engine's absolutely disgusting. So we're going to just refresh the whole thing. We're going to get the engine out. When it comes out, it's going to get rebuilt. The carburetors are already off being done. As I've talked about before, all the paintwork's getting done as well. It will give me an opportunity to get the frame either enamel painted or powder coated, the spring arm as well. We can take the drive out of that, and we can get that, you know, properly reconditioned and painted up. Same with the final drive. You know, it all works, but, you know, does it need to be overhauled? Does it need to be looked at? There's a couple of threads on that final drive that I'm not particularly happy with, that potentially need to be sorted out. So that's what's going to happen next. That's the kind of direction that this project is heading in. So yeah, change of heart. Anyway, let's play the film. 8 minutes of a man taking a motorbike apart. Enjoy, grab yourself a cuppa, and I'll catch you at the end. So there it is. That is where we are currently at. The bike 99.9% of the way dismantled, but still keeping me up at night because I have this damn engine mount bolt to deal with on the front of the bike, and at the moment there's no real guarantee that it's going to come out or play ball without some serious time and potentially money spent on dealing with that. So it's a little bit terrifying. I'll let you know how we get on in the next video. Keeping everything crossed. Until the next one, ride safe.